We're back. All right, 5 minutes after 5 o'clock, AM News Talk 1360. Elaine is with us. We'll have those happy, healthy household hints a little bit later on. LG, my buddy Laurence, is aboard. Tomorrow, what time is that, 3 o'clock, Summerall? 3 o'clock tomorrow, Pat Summerall, NFL guy for 900 years. Friday, it will be Doug and the group. And on Labor Day, we've got a couple of producers coming in, and my buddy Jimmy Howler will be aboard as well.
Co-worker of mine told me to tell you that you and Cyril were brilliant yesterday.
Oh, and I always have a lot of fun with Dr. Wecht. And he gets into it.
Yes.
He's right in the middle of that John Benet Ramsey thing.
I love him.
Well, we won't mention it.
Is it intense love, Elaine?
Yes, it is.
The only kind of love that Elaine knows how to give.
That's right.
That's why her husband goes to a chiropractor. But anyway, that's why Elaine had to say hello to the chiropractor's wife going, he'll be in tonight, honey. No, I'm sorry, I'll be in tomorrow because of what's going to go down tonight. Well, never mind that. Anyway.
Let me down and get you in a taxi, honey. You better be ready about 8:30. Oh, baby, don't be late. I want to be there when the band starts playing.
You all are bad.
We are bad. Now, we have several guests in the room today. Always exciting to have Rick Seaback with us, a man who's made a fortune taking pictures of buildings that should have been condemned 9 million years ago. Rick, how are you today? What's your next special going to be, Rick?
Boy, I'll tell you what, there certainly are a lot of clouds in the sky. My next special is going to be all about clouds over Pittsburgh. All the great clouds, some smoke-filled clouds from the old back in the mill days. We're going all the way back to show you the old pictures of clouds over Pittsburgh.
Well, we can't wait for that. And our favorite flower lady.
You know, Sign of the Apocalypse recently was Rick Seaback and Chris Fenimore doing pledge breaks together.
Yeah, there's right away, you know,
we're doomed.
The end is near. It's all over. Our favorite flower lady taking time out of her busy schedule to join us, Jane Nugent.
Oh, yes, I just want to say good morning to everyone. I should say good afternoon here on AM News Talk 1360 WPTT. And in honor of all the racial discussions, I brought in some black dahlias. To promote racial harmony, I brought in some white mums.
Well, while we're promoting racial harmony, let's promote sexual harmony and bring in my favorite torch song trilogy star, Harvey Fierstein. Harvey?
You know, when are we going to stop all this racial sexual nonsense? It's got to stop! Why can't we just do a show that's fabulous?
And of course, a return visit from our favorite singer, wife beater, Ike Turner. Ike.
Oh yeah, why don't you pass me some of that drink over there? And you got some Coke over there? Yeah. No, not that kind. Not that kind.
Not into that. Not into that. What is your favorite line in the movie, Ike? What is the one that you really dig more than the other?
What movie is that? You mean that rip-off movie where they thought they knew me?
They
don't know Ike. I'm Ike. I'm the forget Little Richard. I'm the original. I'm the architect.
Let me ask you a question. Was that movie untrue?
That movie was untrue because they lied on me. They lied on me. Just like Richard said, they lied. And Anime Bullock, you didn't even know that was a real name, did you?
I never knew that.
Anime Bullock, that's her name. But you know, she tried to take my daddy's name, but my name stays here because it got the blood on it. Got my daddy's blood on it. Name stays here.
Why did you come up with the name?
She can go and do that la-di-da stuff. She ain't Donna Summers.
Where did you come up with the name Nutbush City Limits?
No, that's Tina's song.
Oh, that's
Anime song.
We're not gonna talk
and I told her to sing that song the way I wanted her to sing it. She got to take it from down in here. She better put some stank on this song.
And also dining with us this evening, the one and only Hannibal Lecter. Mr. Lecter.
Well, good afternoon, Doug. How are you this afternoon? You know, I do wish that I could go on talking with you, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Are you really?
Absolutely.
What exactly will you be dining on?
I'll dine on the same thing that the census taker tested me about. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
How did it taste? Oh, well, that answers that question.
By the way, Elaine, as I always tell you, love the soup.
The film. And
pity about Dick Cheney, though. Tick-tock.
Christian Amanpour.
I'm sorry, did someone say my name?
Yes, Christian?
Well, you didn't say it loudly enough. I'm Christian Amanpour, on special assignment for CNN. My reports are so nice they pay me twice.
when she did
There are clouds in the sky, which can only mean one thing.
What could that mean?
War is inevitable. And I'll be reporting live under the cloudy skies of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because I am a war correspondent.
to take that one.
I've been in the presence of so many bombs I can hardly hear myself talk, which is why I yell, I am Christiane Amanpour on special assignment.
Well, I just wish Christiane would do something about that mop that she calls hair and stop
Mop!
doing-
Caledonia! Caledonia!
What makes your big head so hard? All right, now, moving right along, they did the 2-hour thing on bin Laden. I don't know if you saw it or not. It was very well done, and she was the voice, even her, just the voice.
Osama bin Laden, king of the wild frontier.
Born on the mountaintop of Saudi Arabia. Where did they find a mountaintop of Saudi Arabia? No, the funniest part of it, I swear to God, they interviewed like his high school teacher. They interviewed classmates.
This is a Ralph Edwards special.
They interviewed people that knew him when he was young. Osama, here's a relative of the first civilian you killed. Lou Lipschitz. Well, nice to see you. But here was the part. Do you know how they all referred to him? What do you think? What do you think? He was a very quiet man.
Oh, yes.
Never said much. Used to give the children candy at Ramdam. You know what I mean? It was like Jeffrey Dahmer. Now, who else do we have with us? We have several reverends with us, starting with Reverend Pat Robinson. Pat, where do you see the world going in the next 5 to 10, 20 years?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I've got my entire staff sewing handbaskets because we're all going to hell in one. This is the terrible time that we're living in, and I heard that reporter, Christiane Amanpour, who for some reason yells when she speaks, that talk about the dark clouds over Pittsburgh. I tell you, this city's in trouble, and if they don't change their ways and straighten up, they're going right to hell with the rest of us.
Reverend Sharpton, would you agree, Al Sharpton?
By the way, I'd like 701 club members before the show is over.
Reverend Sharpton, what is your assessment?
I just want to say to you, Doug, that I've heard the radio show all afternoon, and I agree with everything you said. These minstrels and these vaudeville actors got to stop, and I'm going to march until it does stop.
Let's go in another direction. My favorite author of all time. There was Breakfast at Tiffany's, the follow-up, of course, In Cold Cuts. There was, that was the follow-up to In Cold Blood. The follow-up to Breakfast at Tiffany's, of course, was Luncheon at Horn and Hardart. Truman Capote. Truman, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. I am here to announce that next year there will be no regatta. There will be no Three Rivers Arts Festival. There will only be one major event in the city of Pittsburgh.
What would that be?
It will be a murder mystery to be held at my mansion.
Will Monsieur Wang be there?
All the greats will be there. Monsieur Sidney Wang, your gentleman, Elaine, from the television program that you like, another great detective, Magnum P.I. or whatever it is, Tom Selleck. I'd like to suck his mustache. But anyway... Dick Van Dyke, Perry Mason, and all the great detectives. I'm expanding my lineup this year. Got to get some new material in the house, but, it's going to be great.
Kaz, you still eating all that Jell-O?
Yes, before we get into that, I want to say that I don't appreciate the filth-flooring, filthy, disgusting talk that all the people have to say on Fox News Channel.
Okay, I'll drink to that.
These young people need to learn how to speak English because I was a little embarrassed at the way that they talk until I heard their parents speak.
Then what did you say?
Then I knew that all things were equal and fair and balanced.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And speaking of the McLaughlin Group, the host of the McLaughlin Group, one of the longest-running political talk shows in television is with us, John McLaughlin.
Issue 1. Should Condoleezza Rice have her own bedroom in the White House? The answer, she's had one for 6 years. The real question is, should Laura Bush have her own bedroom in the White House? Bye-bye.
And last but not least, and I saw him on television.
I can see John McLaughlin host a home shopping channel.
Do you know that
Isn't this a beautiful ring? Bye-bye.
One of the worst episodes of Cheers, which was not a show that I cared for anyway, was when John McLaughlin interviewed them all. Last but not least, from Georgia, the originator, the innovator, Richard Penniman. Little Richard.
Mashed potatoes, gravy, and stuffing. Woo! I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance, and I ain't gonna tell you through who. A wop, bop, a loo, mop, a lop, bam, boom.
I am the originator. I'm the architect of rock and roll. Can't nobody do it like Richard. Can you see my hair?
I see you.
I'm pretty, ain't I?
You're beautiful.
Woo!
By the way,
And that Condoleezza Rice, she makes my big toe shoot up in my boot.
have you seen the commercial? We talked about this earlier. The commercials with Richard and
Yes.
Charo. Oh, there were only 3 I've only
No,
seen.
there's one with Bert.
With Backrack, Charo, and Richard.
There's another one with a guy that does all the movie.
Yes.
Oh, that
I love
guy.
that one.
That is
Right,
cool.
Yeah.
that one.
I don't know who that guy is, but
In
what
a time.
yeah,
Oh,
he
his
does them all.
voice is fantastic.
What a voice that guy has.
Yes.
Oh, man.
He has a voice like John Facenda. You know
yeah,
him?
John Facenda was considered to be, well,
was
there
the
were
best.
certain guys, Facenda had a voice, obviously.
Yes.
He did all the NFL stuff, and he
Yes.
was an anchor in Philly for a million years. But, hold on a second. United Negro College Fund. I don't remember if it was Ossie Davis or Brock Peters. I'm not sure which.
Ossie Davis.
Was it Ossie Davis?
Yes.
Ossie Davis had a voice to die for.
Yes.
Brock Peters had a voice to die
James
for.
Earl Jones.
And
Yes.
James Earl Jones
Yes.
had a voice to die for. One of the things I miss since having changed my phone company is not hearing James Earl Jones come on and say, "Thank you for choosing," whatever.
I remember that.
But thank you for choosing Bell Atlantic or
That was
something.
borderline annoying.
Yeah,
Wow.
you're right. You're right. After
Does
a
he
while.
still do this to CNN?
But he does Verizon.
Does he still? I don't know. See, I have no idea.
I haven't
think
seen him
they've changed
lately,
it.
but
I
I
think
think-
I think they've changed it. James Earl Jones has got to be getting up in years too.
Oh my God, yeah.
But he looks great.
Oh yeah, but he was. They showed. I've never seen it in its entirety. I've seen bits and pieces of The Great White Hope with him and Jane Alexander, which was originally a Broadway show, and what I saw, I said someday I'm going to see the whole thing. But when he left Great White Hope, the guy who replaced him, oh gosh, help me out with the man's name. How do you say it? Yaphet Kotto? Is it?
Kotto.
Yeah, he was the guy who replaced James. I haven't seen him lately either.
No, neither have I.
Yaphet Kotto. The Oprahs that are running now, I'm assuming those are reruns.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Because I
She's
saw
on
one. I saw
vacation.
one earlier in the week or last week. I just had one on
Yeah,
for
those
like
are
about
all
5 minutes,
reruns.
looking at the weight. Now this is an interesting question. I don't know when Oprah starts her new season. All right, I'm
Right.
assuming it's the
Which
next
should
week
be
to
next
10
week.
days.
Yeah, next week.
Will she come out and say I've lost 100 pounds, or will she come out and say I put on 100? What do you think?
She has gained some weight back.
Oh, well, I saw this show last week. I was talking to Laurence over the weekend, but then it dawned on me it was an old show.
Yeah, it's an old show.
Yeah, she started putting it back on. the
Uh-huh,
last
because
couple
she's
of seasons.
eating.
Well, that would explain it.
That would do it. Eating is usually the reason you put on
But I'm saying the wrong things.
Oh yeah, but it's not that as though she's still solid. I mean, she's still exercising and all the rest of it. She's just gotten heavier than what he was. And hey, we've all been through it. No one well, you understand it, Laurence.
Well,
Maybe
me
you've-
too.
you've down through the years, and I've put on and taken off a ton down through the years. What's the line?
But what's with
That's
Gail?
why I want to ask Elaine, that helpful household hen. I got a problem. I want to know if you can snort confectioner sugar.
No.
Thank you. I needed an answer.
Hint number 1: don't snort confectionery sugar.
Don't snort anything.
Don't snort anything. Exactly. Now we got one other phone thing we want to play here.
Can you mainline ranch dressing?
No.
Yeah, but you can skin pop M&Ms.